Okay. Oh, I'm not ready. So, do you guys remember what the slope-intercept form of a line looks like?
What?
An equation of a line in slope-intercept form. Y equals
mx plus b.
mx plus b. Okay, when a line is written like that, it's in slope-intercept form. That's what they call it. If it's written in this form, ax plus by equals c, remember what that's called?
Standard form?
Standard, yes. Standard. Okay, why is slope-intercept form called slope-intercept form? Because the number in front of the x is the what? Slope. And the other number is the y-intercept.
Yeah.
So this is the slope, this is the y-intercept. That's why it's called slope-intercept form. Okay, we're not really graphing today. Somebody said you guys did some of these with Mr. Bell.
Yeah, I have 1 through 10 already done.
Yeah, we'll go through them again just because you guys probably could hear it twice. That would be probably be good for you. Anyways, so what we're doing today is they are giving us information about a line, and we're supposed to write the equation that goes with the line. We are going to be using slope-intercept form, not standard. This is more useful for graphs and stuff. So anyways, number 1, it says write the equation of the line with the given slope and y-intercept. Okay, what is the slope on number 1? -5. So did you do 1 through 10 or did you do the odds?
No,
Yeah, all
1, 2, 7, 8, and 10.
1, 2, 7, 8, and 10.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just start with the odds. We'll just do normal. Start with the odds. Okay, the slope is -5. So that goes right in front of the x, right? And then what's the y-intercept on number 1? 10. Why is 0, 10 the y-intercept? Okay, anytime you see a 0 something, that paper we just graded, like number 2 or something, said like 0, 5, that number is the y-intercept. When the x value is 0, this is the y-intercept. So you put a plus 10 right there. And also the directions told us it was a y-intercept. So you didn't do 3 then? Is that right?
No. Yeah.
Okay. So on number 3, what's the slope? -1/3. So I'm going to write y equals -1/3 x, and the y-intercept is -3. So, or no, it's +3. It's +3.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of them.
Loving G.
Oh, look at Macy, so lonely.
You have the pointer? Oh, for yeah, sure. I was going right there, but I thought they wanted to do one. Oh, I just
Mr. Jones, the secretary was trying to talk to Lisa, and Lisa's kind of deaf, so she kept saying what, and it was kind of embarrassing watching her. It was really funny.
No, he kept saying what. You tell him something.
Okay.
I don't say.
On number 5, what is the slope?
0.
0. So we could put y equals 0x. What's the y-intercept?
+7.
+7. Okay. There's actually an easier way to write this one though.
Y equals 7.
Y equals 7. The 0x doesn't really count for anything, so the simpler form is y equals 7. Now technically the original one is still right, but if the book ever writes it, they would just write y equals 7. You guys remember what the graph of that looks like? Yes. You go up to 7 on the y-axis and draw a horizontal line. Okay. Number 7. So on 7 they graphed it before us, and we're supposed to write the equation that goes with the graph. So again, we still need a slope and a y-intercept. So let's start with the slope, I guess. You guys remember how we find the slope on a graph?
No. Yeah. It's rise. Wait, no, that's not it. That's
Yes,
something else.
you're right.
Oh, rise or right.
Rise over run. So first though, we need to find 2 points that we can easily identify on the graph.
0, -2.
0, -2, there's 1 point.
Wait, what number are we on?
7.
Oh, 2, 1.
2, 1. Okay. You don't have to draw that. That's just for me. So Shannon said it's rise over run. So from here to here, how much is it rising?
3.
How much is it running?
2.
What's the slope?
3 over
3 over
2.
2. So my equation's going to be y equals 3 over 2x.
-2 because you're step below the line.
Right. The y-intercept is at
Wow,
-2,
so smart.
so it's a -2 right there.
Um,
No, she's at Trino.
No,
She's in
I
America.
heard,
Trino's
I
in
heard,
America.
what are you talking
Stop.
about? We're both Asian.
Where's China?
Okay. On number 9, where are the 2 points that we can identify?
-1.
0, -1.
And then
1,
2.
1, 2.
Stupid. Stop.
Okay, what is the rise?
2,
3.
3.
Stupid.
What is the run?
1.
No.
What is the slope? 3 over 1 or
Tris over
3.
3 over.
Oh.
I got that wrong.
if you put 3 over 1, it's still right, but okay. And where does it cross the y-axis at? -1.
No, I didn't. Wow.
Okay, number 11. This is where it gets a little bit more challenging because, this is the B section. So let me go back for a second.
B for bad.
B for
B for you're the
Who?
start with a B, idiot. You're the dumb one.
All right.
Shannon, good job.
You'd have
I guarantee if she's smart, she means she's smart.
Are you just gonna be over here?
No.
All right. So on number 11, how's this different from number 1?
So write the equation of the line passing through the given point. Like the
It
given
has
slope.
the coordinates first.
Okay, well, that doesn't matter, but
The zero was replaced by a 2.
yeah, the difference is they're telling us a random point on the line, not the y-intercept. 2, -5 is not the y-intercept, it's just some point on the line. So, but they do still tell us the slope. So what I know so far, actually let me write this down. 2, -5 is a point on the line. Slope is -3. So what I know so far is y equals -3x, but I do not yet know the y-intercept, the b value. How can I find the b value? Well, they gave us this information, so that's probably important, right? This is an x and a y coordinate, right? This is supposed to be a solution for this equation. That means if we plug it in, it's supposed to work in this equation. So if we plug in the 2, where should I plug the 2 in at?
The 3.
The x, right? That's the x coordinate.
Oh.
And where should I plug in the -5? Y. So they're kind of mixed around there. So I've got -5 equals -3 times 2 plus b.
What
That's enough information for me to figure out what B is.
Do we have to figure out what B or?
Yes. Because our answers should look like the same as all the other answers we've written so far today. We need to know what the B value is. So what's negative 3 times 2?
So
How do I,
equals 1.
yes, how do I solve that for B?
You.
Add 6. Is 1 the answer? Not exactly. This equation is the answer. So it's y equals negative 3x plus 1. Just put 1 in for the B value. Alright, here's something that will possibly confuse you. So have you guys noticed every time that we've been finding the M and the B values,
Yeah.
but we haven't been we haven't been solving for X and Y? Like our answer still has a Y and an X in it? Okay, why is that?
That's a one.
That wasn't a joke.
I don't know.
We said why.
Be quiet. Be quiet.
Oh, it's like my joke.
You should be punished, douche.
What?
Pun, punished. Okay, anyways,
Why are you laughing?
so the reason this stays a Y and an X because there are an infinite number of X and Y solutions. So 2, negative 5 is one example that works for X and Y, but like if I plugged in 3 for X, it would be like negative 8. 3, negative 8 is another answer. Or if I plug in, that will work in this equation. If I plug in 4, that would be 4, negative 11. There's an infinite number of X and Y's that work. So we keep X and Y, but there's only one thing that M and B can be, also not a joke. So that's why we're changing those two. Got it?
Yeah.
Clear as mud?
Yeah.
We're gonna have a 5-minute conversation on
Don't
the
say clear as mud, it doesn't make sense.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't. Only dumb one here, okay?
Oh.
It doesn't make sense though.
Alright.
The word has to be at least as clear as mud for you.
But mud isn't clear.
Yeah, so
You
you at least need to understand.
It's
So
kind
you're
of a joke. It's kind of a joke.
It is
Yeah.
Water.
It's not funny though. You look like mud.
Girl.
Alright, number 13. So,
My chocolate's better. Girl,
what we know so far is the slope. Y equals 5/3 X plus B. But how do I find the B value?
You plug the y, negative 3 for y, and then you put 3x for x.
Okay, probably shouldn't have two people talking at once. Yes. Negative 1 goes where the Y was, because that's the Y value. And negative 3 goes for the X value. What does it mean when I write parentheses in there?
You're multiplying.
Multiply. It just looks a little bit better than a dot negative. It's kind of messy. What is 5/3 times negative 3?
The number.
5.
It's negative 5.
It is negative 5.
Ha, 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 ha.
I was faster than you.
Okay,
Good job, you said.
how do I solve that for B?
plus 5.
Minus 5.
Plus
Wait,
5.
you do?
Shannon,
You can either subtract to negative 5, which is adding 5.
Okay. So 4 equals
B is 4.
so it's plus 4.
So
So,
then it'd be
Y equals 5/3x plus 4.
Negative
no,
4.
it's
No, minus
positive.
4.
No, it's
5
positive.
over 3
Yeah.
equals 4.
It's positive.
Or
5
Oh,
over
yeah,
3x
Plus 4.
plus 4.
Yeah.
Actually, I can count that
you a bottle of water.
Talking to what?
You're so. You're just asking for it.
Okay, number
Sorry,
15.
I'm salty.
No,
Well,
just
it's
short
really
and sweet about
Yep.
something.
She's a
You're
lady.
getting a whole evening, or it's too slow. You know, it's good.
Yeah, Macy. Half the time it's you were waiting on.
No. I don't tell you to go back.
Thank you.
When we did the test review last time, you did. Or like said, wait.
Completely new original.
It's okay. I don't
And I'm
care.
the last one to finish my test. I wait till the very last.
Yes, to make a dramatic finish.
It's faster to fill
I asked you to do it.
All right.
That's a no-no.
Now, I could write the y equals 1/4 x plus b. You can kind of skip that step though and just start plugging in the x and y also. Anyway, 6 goes for y, 1 goes for x. Wait. Yeah, I didn't remember this from third hour. I missed a negative. That should be negative.
Oh.
Well, multiplying by 1 doesn't do a whole heck of a lot, does it? So 6 equals negative 1/4 times 1. It's negative 1/4. How do I solve that for b? Add 1/4. What is 6 plus 1/4? 6 and 1.
Wow, you're so smart.
Thanks. You're not.
Yes, ma'am. Whoa. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I kind of forgot. The slope was negative 1/4,
Yes.
and the y-intercept is 6 1/4. You could change that to an improper, but really you want the y-intercept to be written as a mix. You'd rather have the y-intercept as a mixed number, so it would tell you to go up 6 1/4. The slope would probably be better as an improper because you need to know the rise and the run. Okay, what number was that?
That was
We're ready for 17.
you'll spell it.
Bro, I swear.
How are we doing on time? Okay. All right. All right. When you see 17, I see an easier way to do 17. Does anybody know what it is?
Nah.
It's a 0, so you don't have to, it's like.
Yeah. If there's a 0 right there, where's 0 4 on the graph?
On the
Four.
four.
Y-intercept at 4.
Yeah, it's a y-intercept, isn't it? It's like number 1. So we could do the same thing as before, like.
B4.
That's not, I know.
That is hilarious.
Shut up, Isa.
This is getting bad. We could do the normal stuff like plug the numbers in, but like 3/5 times 0 is 0 plus b is b. So b is 4. Anyway, either way you do it, the y-intercept is 4. Doesn't matter. And the slope is 3/5. So this one's kind of an easy one. Slope is 3/5. Y-intercept is 4.
When? Did I ask?
Well, anyway, if you're solving from X and you wonder why.
That's not funny.
No, it's like my joke.
It could be
Okay. Last part. So
This looks scary.
on this one, they just tell us
I
2
didn't keep my.
points on the line.
That's it.
5 over there.
Where'd you get that?
No.
No.
Okay. So on all the other problems, they told us the slope. How could I find the slope between these 2 points on the line?
7 over negative 7.
Where'd you get this?
Okay, you could graph it, shh, girls, you could graph it and count, but that's the harder way. I think, was it Monday? We did some problems where we found the slope just by looking at the 2 points.
I remember it, but I don't remember.
By the time we take the test, you guys need to have this memorized. Slope is rise over run, right? The rise is basically the change in the y values, which means the difference in the y values.
Oh, yes.
And the run is the change in the x values, the difference between the x values. So this is called the slope formula, not to be confused with the slope-intercept form of a line. So on 19, what should I put on top?
2 minus 9.
2 minus 9. Do not put the x's on top. That's, if people get it wrong, that's usually what they do. 2 minus 9 goes on top, and 4 minus negative 3 goes on bottom, which is 4 plus 3. What's 2 minus 9?
Negative 7.
What's 4 minus negative 3?
7.
Yeah, it's 4 plus 3. So
I was close. I just switched it around.
Sure.
Which is
the first time you said something like 5 cents. Yeah.
That's because I was like,
Where'd you get the 5?
I was subtracting the 9 and the 2 and my brain was really working.
Yeah, negative 7 over 7 is negative 1.
Stop. I was close. I knew what to do. Shut up.
Okay, that is the slope. So we got y equals negative 1x or just negative x plus b. But I still need the b value. Guess how I'm going to find the b value?
You
Nope.
Put that into the
Right, plug the x and y in.
Thanks.
Okay, we can plug an x and y in just like we were doing before. 4 is an x, y is a 2. What about this one? How do we know which one to plug in?
It wouldn't matter.
It doesn't matter. You're going to get the same b value no matter which of these two you plug in. So 4, 2 looks easier, right, than negative 3, 9. So remember, 2 goes for the y and 4 goes for the x. How do I solve this for b? Add 4. Okay, last one. 21. This one's kind of weird too, a little bit. Well, it says one of the points is 0, 0. Do you guys know what that means?
It's on the order.
It's just in the middle.
In the origin.
Yeah, it's something like this. So what's the y-intercept going to be? 0. Yeah, anyway, so we'll just... But how do I find the slope again?
You do the
Y2
Yes.
minus Y1.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yay!
So we're going to do
I said
4...
first.
No, you didn't.
You said it.
4 minus 0 over 1 minus 0, which which equals,
4 over 1, which is 4.
which equals 4. Okay, so the slope is 4, and the y-intercept is 0. So I don't really need to do the solve for b thing.
So y.
Y equals 4x. Do I need to put plus 0 out here?
No.
No, not really. 0 doesn't really do anything for you. So it's just y equals 4x.
Yay. You did it. You did it. You did it. Yay. I remember you could
Okay.
do calculus.
Now go back and do the evens. You guys got 18 minutes.
You. Shut.